Hello, this is Lori Kornblum. I'm an attorney and an instructor at MATC, and I am doing a quick citation tutorial. This one is called How to Cite U.S. Supreme Court Cases. So for our first case example, we're going to use Kerr Alaska Inc. versus Southeast Alaska Conservation Council. So if you wanted to look at this on Westlaw, this is what it would look like, which is a good enough place to look at it. So what is the purpose of citation? The purpose of legal citation is so that you can find a source and look at it. In the olden days when people used books, the citation format is geared toward those books. So the first thing you want to look at is what the books are. So in this case, we have a U.S. Supreme Court case. So there are three kinds of sources. One is called U.S., and this is the official reporter, and that's the U.S. reports. Another one is SCT, which is Supreme Court, and that is an unofficial reporter, and it used to be published by West. Now West and Thomson Reuters are the same company. And the second one is LED Second, or Lawyer's Edition, which is also an unofficial. And they are always listed in the same three sequences. First you would have the U.S., and then you would have Supreme Court, and then you'd have Lawyer's Edition. The series, second, third, or whatever, is just the series of Lawyer's Edition. So that's the first thing, is you want to see what is the volume. So if you were to go into a library, you would look on a library shelf for the U.S. Reporter or the Supreme Court Reporter or Lawyer's Edition. Then the second thing is you would want to find out what volume it's in. In the U.S. Reporter, the volume is number 557. In the Supreme Court, it's number 129. In the Lawyer's Edition, it's number 174. And then finally, once you go to the shelf and you find the reporter and then you find the volume, of course, you're going to want to know what page it's on. So again, the first page in the U.S. reports is 261. The first page in the Supreme Court Reporter is 2458. And the first page in Lawyer's Edition is page 193. And then finally, you always have the year. So the citing convention is the name of the case, and you'll notice that the case, like all cases, is in italics or it's underlined. You have the plaintiff first, this is a civil case, versus, and then you have the defendant, comma, volume, official reporter, page number of first page, volume, S Court, Supreme Court, unofficial reporter, page number, first page, comma, volume, LED Second, first page number, and then 2009 as the year. And that is always the citing convention. So let's just look at, this is the way the first citation will always look. And you'll notice that it has all three cites, and because these are what are called parallel cites. If you were just citing according to Bluebook form, you would only need the 557 U.S. 261 and 2009. You would not need all the other citations. But generally you would use parallel citations, and what parallel citations are all the sources where you can find this particular case. And that means, because if you're working in a law office or somewhere else, you may have one reporter but not the other, and you'll still be able to find it. So let's say you wanted to go to a particular page number in here. So let's say you're citing the case, and you scroll down, and let's say that you want to cite something that is on page, you're going to go actually into the opinion, and you're going to want to cite something on page 269. So what you'll notice are there are different numbers. There are green numbers in the um, opinion, and the star 269 means that that this is page 269 in the U.S., because you can see 557 U.S. 261, so this is 269. And then there is a double star. So that means that this page number, the 2 stars, are from the Supreme Court. And if they did have the lawyer's edition site page numbers in here, they would be 3 stars. I'm not seeing that they have them. But this is the electronic format, and it will tell you on what page you could find something if you were looking in the official citations or the unofficial or whatever. So if you wanted to cite this sentence, in granting the permit, the Corps follows steps forth set by section 404, etc. So you want to cite that particular quote. Well, then you have to cite to the page as well. And we're going to see that that's on page 269, and let's say you want to cite the rest of the paragraph, 269 and 2465. So let's go back into our citation. This is a citation with parallel cites. Again, you see that there's the volume, the page, the volume, the source, and the first page. But then you see that we've added 269, and that is the parallel citation. Or the pinpoint citation rather. Here is the pinpoint citation in the U.S. The pinpoint citation is where you actually find that particular page. Now we don't have it in the lawyer's edition, so we're just going to leave a blank line for the pinpoint citation. And I'm going to label those pinpoint. Sorry, that doesn't look so great because I'm not using my pen. I'm going to erase that. So those are pinpoint. And that means that it's the particular page number where you would find that particular citation. Well, what if you have already cited this case? You don't need to cite the whole thing again, but you just want to show that you're citing the same case at a particular page. If it's a subsequent citation and you're citing it, you've just cited it and you need to cite it again, then you use the abbreviation ID, which is short for the Latin ibidem, which just means basically it's the same thing. So you say ID, period, comma, and then you do the short form, which is whatever volume you're using, whatever source. Volume, source, so here's the volume, here's the source, and here's the page number at 2465. And you don't say page, you don't say anything, you just say at. Okay? But let's say that you cited it some time ago. You would then use the short form citation, and you give the case a reasonable short name, such as Kerr, Alaska, because nobody's going to get confused by that. And then again, you have the same kind of thing. You have the volume, the source, at 2465 at the page number. So this concludes our tutorial on Supreme Court citation. You have, the main thing is that you want your parallel cites to review. You always want to have the name, you have plaintiff versus defendant, comma, and you have volume, U.S., page number of first page, then you have volume, Supreme Court, page number of first page, comma, then you have volume, L ed second, page number first page, and then the parentheses year. And that is the citation convention for U.S. Supreme Court with parallel cites. The official is just using the plaintiff versus defendant, volume, U.S., page number, and the year. That's the Bluebook citation form. So that concludes our tutorial. I hope this has been helpful to you.